good. So Paloma, go ahead and take it away, friend.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here and presenting. Thank you for having me and sharing your time with me today. I can't wait to talk about nurturing. It's one of my favorite things. So let me get this presentation thing going here. Okay, great,
Take
cool.
it away.
So today we're going to be talking about making moments meaningful. I became a stylist because I really love creating relationships and connections with my client. I'm a performer, and that's something that I do on stage all the time, and I wanted a career that would also support that. And so I have noticed in my lifetime, I really, really appreciate and value experiences because they stick with you. They're memories that are forever. Even like there's no amount of money that you could spend on something, a material thing that could trump an experience. And that being said, most of the most meaningful experience do not cost money at all. So I just want to introduce myself. My name is Paloma. I've been doing hair for 13 years and I'm in Southern California. I do lived in color, extensions, and personalized guest experience. I am a Disney girl beyond. I'm a Swiftie and I love to perform musical theater. And like I just mentioned, I'm a sucker for experiences because they leave lasting memories that give you a story to tell later on, which is why creating a memorable moment for my client is so close to my heart. So I want you to take a moment right now in the chat. Every day we have opportunities to make memorable appointments for our clients. And I want you to think about, like, first thing that pops into your head, what was a time that you can remember being made to feel special at something that you experienced? And what was it that stood out to you that made it so impactful? So we can get to chat. This is where I wanted to see you guys with your chats here.
Have you
Okay,
found
Lisa,
the
I
chat?
can't see it. No, I
Okay,
don't see
that's
it. So
fine.
I'm going to
We don't have anything yet, so we'll give everybody a second or so to put that in. But rephrase that question even a little bit more. Do you mean when we got a service provided or what?
Yeah, like when you've gone somewhere, like I went to a restaurant with my husband for our anniversary, and when I got there, they knew it was my anniversary, and they gave us a little something at our table, and they were like, "Happy anniversary, thank you for joining." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I didn't think they would actually care that I wrote that down, and they took the time to do
Yes.
that, and just something like that.
Yes. Okay, so we have a few things in the chat. Kimber said it's simple, but I've never had a bad time at Chick-fil-A. Laura said they knew my name. Caitlin said the airline I stood in line for yesterday had a magician doing magic to make everyone less angry while they were waiting. That's going to be the takeaway from the nurture panels. We all hire a magician. That is hilarious. I spelled it wrong. Disney Polynesian did so much with my family, and I stayed there. We were sick. I'm trying to think of. I mean, there were so many things. It said welcome Huff family. Every time we left and room service came, they would like set my kids' stuffed animals up with the lightsabers and stuff. All our shit that was just laying around the room, they would like set it up in cute things on the bed. They had bell service deliver us antibiotics to our door at the Polynesian when we were sick there. Becky said, went to dinner for my husband, and there was a birthday card at the table signed by all the staff. Melanie said the person remembering details of a previous conversation. Kimber said, I went to a restaurant for my birthday and all of the servers signed a birthday card for me. I've never had that happen to me. Laurel said, a restaurant found out my husband and I had just gotten married a few hours earlier and made a huge deal and brought us champagne. We still talk about it to this day. Larry said, last night I took my sister-in-law to dinner for her birthday, and they came out at the end with cotton candy and a cupcake and a sparkler, all because I marked it was her birthday on the reservation. So special and fun. Leisha said the Scottish Manor my husband and I went to one time left a note with our names and chocolates for our anniversary. Jennifer said we're already magicians. Lisa said I love seeing my name on anything when I go somewhere. That's everything in the chat.
Okay, that's perfect. I would even say at the retreat, Lisa, you giving everybody Starbucks was like top notch right there too. So my point being, most likely the gesture was not extravagant. It was heartfelt and thoughtful. So that's where we're going to go with this today. So how do we create a meaningful moment for our client, and how do we do that simply and effectively without spending a lot of money? Personalize the guest experience. So this picture here is what my station looks like when my client comes in. I put their name on this board, they have their snacks, and I like to do affirmation cards because that's part of my brand. But it makes your clients feel special. Like when you go the extra mile, when you put their name, when you address their needs and you're paying attention, it's showing them that you care about them as a person, not just another client or, this is what I do every day. It's like, this is what I'm doing for you. And that goes a long way. So I've narrowed it down to like 3 things that I want to that I kind of try to keep in mind, which is acknowledgement. options and special touches. So acknowledging, just like listening, standing in front of them when you talk, greeting them with a warm welcome, like giving them a grateful, like, thank you so much for coming. Like even those little things go a long way, because I think nowadays, like, people forget to be polite sometimes. And it really stands out when you do show them that you're genuinely interested in them and what they have to say. Giving options for their appointment makes them feel in control and less anxious about coming to like a new experience. Do I have to make small talk for 4 hours? I have no idea. So I like to send out a pre-visit customization form where they can, choose what kind of vibe. Do you want to chat? Do you want a silent appointment? Would you like a snack? Can I give you some, extra amenities for free? Then I have add-ons also that people have enjoyed, but just giving options kind of gives people a little bit more control of the situation to feel more comfortable. And then special touches, especially when they're unexpected, they can leave a lasting impression for your client, because it shows that you really took the time to show that you care and that you did something unique to them. And like the best part about that is that like they can't help but share that, and they feel like they're a part of something, and makes other people want to be a part of your business. So here's a few ideas that I came up with that you could screenshot. We don't have to go one by one by these, but based on the 3 things that I just shared, here's a few things that I do or that you can apply to your guest experience that doesn't really take that much time or space or money to really do. If you wanted to screenshot, cool. Should we go on? Does anyone have any questions about these?
I took a screenshot, but I think same thing could go for you is if you want to put your slides inside the Facebook group, I think you can go back and reference all of these slides. That would be amazing.
Okay, great, cool. The next thing about making moments memorable is creating a connection with your client, because that's what makes it more than just a haircut. It's the experience. You guys know our clients are very vulnerable. We've shared special moments, weddings, babies. Sometimes you're the only person that they can vent to, and you've shared even like low moments. Like I've had clients crying in my chair because they're just like, I really needed this today, and they feel safe. And when you have that relationship, it builds trust with your clients. And like, let's be real, they may come to you because of your work and good hair, but they stay with you because of the relationships that you build and how you make them feel when you're in the salon. So really emphasize thinking about things that you can do that are going to create that bond and a connection with your client. And a little goes a long way when it comes from the heart. And you guys know, like, you're here, you care about elevating your business. We're surrounded by stylists who always want to elevate it, and it can make you feel kind of like, man, my experience is nowhere near as good as that person, or I'm not doing enough. But we forget that a lot of times people in our area aren't doing everything that you're doing, and that it's those little things that you do with your people that make it stand out. And like, there's a lot of privileges that you have as a stylist that sometimes we forget to take, like we take for granted because we do it every day. We've been privileged to be able to physically touch our clients. We have time to talk with them. And so like, I like to go into like the love languages when we address some of those things, because those are like, when you're filling up your client's love tank, they are like already feeling so much better. So I put a few things to like address that. Like, you might be the only person that your client talks to. Like, just instead of going to the back during, their processing, maybe sit there and take the time to listen. Like, spend the quality time with that client that really values quality time. And you might be the only person that's acknowledging them. They may be a busy mom or busy with work, and nobody takes the time to tell them like they're appreciated. And we as service providers have the ability to pamper them, to serve them, to make them feel like this is their time, where it's like, oh my gosh, no one does this for me. Like, this is why I look forward to coming here, because I feel so much like refreshed afterwards. Like I mentioned earlier, we're the only, a very rare time that you're able to touch somebody physically, and we do that in our industry every day. And it seems like normal for us, but some people, if they live alone, maybe they don't get that nurturing touch from someone, or they don't, even if they're not a hugger, you're still kind of being able to touch their head when you shampoo. Like, just take that time to really like embrace that and give them that. Gifts as well. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a little card or just a little like something that you can give them. Even snacks and drinks can sometimes feel like a treat for them. And then you have an ability to make somebody feel beautiful and confident, and just voice that, tell them, let them know, like, you look amazing. I love you. I love our time together. Just affirming words to let them know that you appreciate them. And don't overthink it. Like, it can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. It's just people want to know you care. And if you're really stuck on something, just think about, like we did earlier, like, notice things that make you feel good, and then just do that. And it could be one thing, it could be a few things. But if you are still not sure, just ask. So ask your clients what they value. Ask them what makes them feel good, what they enjoy. I did a poll on Instagram just in preparation for this this presentation. I asked and I was really surprised by a lot of the things that my clients said. So I'm going to share, but I did a poll, and you can do questions, you can give them options. Usually the options get more interaction, but the type in answers were actually really good that I got. So I'm just gonna share a couple, and it was more about, I love getting to talk to you, getting to catch up on live, having a good time together. And like somebody said in the chat, it stands out that you remembered what we talked about last time, and you checked in with me, followed up with me. And having the options to customize my experience makes me feel at ease when I'm coming in knowing that you're going to take care of me. So I was really surprised by that, because I do a lot to elevate the experience, and the most meaningful things to them were these things. Like, it really touched my heart as well. And so I want to challenge you guys this week to try something. So if you haven't done anything, or you're nervous, here's a few ideas that I wanted to give you that you can start doing, like, right away tomorrow. If you wanted to, you don't really have to spend anything. So not too much. So you can just do a check-in after the next day after their appointment, to say, hi, just wanted to check in, see how you're doing. How's your hair feeling today? That really goes a long way, because it gives your client an option to say it's great, or, I was nervous to let you know something happened, but thank you for checking in. Like, it just feels like you're going the extra mile to make sure that they're okay. Unexpected surprise, you can choose someone and bring them Starbucks in the morning. Or I had a cool idea about picking up like a bouquet of roses from Trader Joe's and just like giving it to them when they come in or when they leave, like just one flower. I mean, it's a small thing, but it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And it's something that they may feel like was an added special touch. I showed you my name board. I put up a welcome board with my client's name. I got mine on Amazon. It's super cheap, but if you don't have one, you can use like a dry erase marker, or like a lipstick. I think Kimber does this with her clients, that like you do a lipstick heart on their mirror or something when they're new. But it's just like a little something fun when they walk in and see that, and like, oh my gosh, like they acknowledged me coming in. Or you can do a client shout out on Instagram, feature somebody, tell a story about your relationship with them or something that you really love about them, to show that you appreciate them as a client and that you're highlighting that for them. And it makes me feel special, and I'm tagged in someone's photo, even though it's a small thing. It's like, oh, they noticed me. So those are a couple of things I want to follow up in the Marco Polo to see how it's going. Like, so try something, and I just really want to hear the responses of what your clients, how they react to you doing something different in your salon experience for them. So I'm gonna be checking you guys, so make sure, pick something, let's do it. And then if you upgrade to the VIP, if you want to, I have a masterclass that goes into like my exact client experience, step by step, about how I personalize the guest experience. I have like text verbiage, different links to things, and like an entire PDF handbook that takes you through the process of what to do with ideas, and then like space to brainstorm your ideas. So that is something that I cover in my masterclass. If you want to upgrade to the VIP, you can always reach out to me as well in the Marco Polo group or on Instagram. And I just want to close out with one thing in true Disney fashion from the movie Up, when Russell is talking about his eating ice cream with his dad. And they're talking about, I like to count the blue cars and the red cars. And he says, it might sound boring, but I think it's the boring stuff that I remember the most. And so I just wanted to leave you with that little quote so that you can remember that it's the little things that are really important and that stick out and leave that lasting, memorable moment for your client. So thank you for this presentation. Those are exciting for me to do. And like, let's just keep the chat going. Let's get in the Marco Polo group. If you want to reach out to me on Instagram, this is my info right here. But this is just something I'm really passionate about, so I could talk about it forever and ever. So please, please, please reach out if you have questions, and let and follow up. Let me know how you're doing with trying some of the stuff. So
Beautiful. Can everybody see Larry's screen? Yep. Looks good. All right, Lori, I'd say you are good to take it away, friend.
Hey, I'm Laree. I'm here today. Mainly my goal is just going to be able to teach you a little bit about nurturing your salon guests, but to actually building lasting relationships by creating exceptional guest experiences. Um, some of the tribe members have already been speaking about this. Paloma and I do a lot of things that are very similar, so I'm going to touch base on a little bit more celebrations when I get to it. But everything that she does, I just love so much. So I'm glad she went first. I'm Laree. I am a salon owner out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I've been behind the chair for almost 2 decades, which is crazy. I do own a full service salon and spa and boutique as well. I do have 11 employees, one of them, which is my husband. We have in the last 5 years been awarded the best salon in our area. We win numerous awards throughout the year just in what we do. Um, you know, one of the biggest things in our world that we do talk about a lot, Lisa wanted me to share, but we say money talk is dirty. And for me, it is very hard. But last year I did almost 250,000 behind the chair. That was just me alone. And that was mainly only in service dollars. I was able to put almost like 45,000 into my husband and I's 401k. I travel a lot. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm always taking my niece and nephew somewhere. I'm the queen of weekend trips, so I do that. My point of saying all of this to you, though, is mainly because it's the loyalty, the trust, and the relationships that I have built with my guests that have made all of it completely possible. If I didn't have that and I haven't nurtured, the clientele wouldn't be there. So that's why I wanted to share that. Let me ask this question, and Lisa, you're going to have to read me the answers because I don't know how to read the chat.
I can do that.
But tell me, what's the purpose of nurturing? What do you think that's even for? Why do we nurture? Why is it important?
No right or wrong answers. Put the first thing that comes into your head into the chat. All right, Becky said guest retention, client loyalty, creating trust and relationships. Kelsey said she loves hearing your numbers and it's very inspiring, so I will speak for both of us. Thank you for sharing. Make our clients feel special, welcomed, cared for, loyalty, retention, loyalty. I love caring for women. So many don't do that elsewhere, to help people be seen and cared for, building connection. That's what we got in the chat.
Awesome. So for me, like I always say, guest nurturing is really important. That's exactly right. It builds your loyalty. Happy guests are going to come back. Happy guests are going to talk to their friends. So it's the word of mouth that we use. They are going to tell everybody else about it. I have this happen all the time. Certain things that I do, my clients will be out to dinner with their friends. We send a day before an appointment form and they get it and they're like, does your hairstylist ask you what you want to drink? Does your hairstylist ask you if they want a snack? So those are the kinds of things that come up that totally work. They're gonna tell their friends and their family about it. Obviously, then ultimately that's gonna bring the loyal guests. They're going to contribute to your consistent revenue. The business is going to grow from there. Next thing. So understanding your guests. This one is really important to me because I like everything to be super personal. And sometimes it's very overwhelming as a stylist. As I told you, I did that much behind the chair. I am behind the chair a lot. I work 5 days behind the chair and run my business of 11 employees. So if I can do it, I swear everybody can do it. It's all about being organized, but knowing your guests is huge. If you learn their preferences, their style, their needs, that's how you can get personalized. You can personalize their services, whether that be, every single guest is different. So some of those things are going to come from different pain points. Maybe they have dry hair. Maybe they're having a scalp issue, hair loss issue. Well, I have an add-on for that. Maybe they're just having a bad day. And again, I like to know these things. We all are going to hear about them regardless, but sometimes you're like, you know what, let me throw that extra thank you note just for coming. Let me know you're special to me too. So one of the ways that I do that is I do guest profiles. Everybody does have their guest profiles. You can do that basically on an intake form. You can use Vagaro. You can use your booking system. Most of them have some kind of an intake. You can do them by hand if you don't have that. You can also do a jot form. There's so many ways. Collect them by email, however you need to do it. Mine, I like to do it by doing a guest survey. These are things that I'm asking them that are more like, what's your favorite color? Do you like to read? What kind of books are you looking for? Do you listen to podcasts? Where's someone you like to eat? All of those things help me that if someone's having a special birthday or an anniversary or something like that, I have ways that I can actually go into that survey and get them something super, super personal. My other thing that I love to do is I share these surveys. I do them twice a year and I share them with their friends and family members that also come to me, because then it gives them awesome ideas for gifts for holiday or birthdays or things like that. One of the things that I like to start with is by saying, our new guests are our first impression. And as we all know, first impression really matters. We always want to make sure that we're doing a really beautiful, warm welcome. I know we get busy, we get overwhelmed, but greeting that guest with a warm welcome is so important. And I know we all know it. I'm just reiterating it. Clean, inviting space. Always wiping down your space before you're bringing that new guest back. They don't care that you just had 5 haircuts. It's disgusting and none of us like it. One of the things that I always tell my staff is sit in the chair as if you're the guest, and then you're going to see what they see. It's a completely different world from that seat. So I do encourage you to do that because you will see all the dust bunnies and it's gross. We do a welcome email. If you are a new guest to us, and you have never been to us before, we're going to send out a welcome email before your first appointment. That email is going to say, here's who we are. Here's how we do things. Here's some things to expect. And then also, here's the kind of payments that we take. Here's where you can park, all of those kind of things. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. We do greet you with a welcome bag.
You're all good, girl. That's how it goes.
Sorry.
At least your voice, you have your voice today. Take a second if you need to.
I apologize.
You're good. Story of my life. I always have to have a little drink handy in case that happens while I'm on live.
I know, it's like, of course, a tickle when I'm in the middle. Yeah, but I didn't burn my vocal cords this time, so we're good.
Yeah, last masterclass, her vocal cords were fried from cleaning with bleach, so we're good. Okay, keep going.
Yes.
Fine.
So we do welcome with a welcome bag. You'll see a photo of that in one of my other slides. It's just a beautiful welcome bag. It has a couple little sample products in it. I also like to put some restaurants that are in the areas or other like local businesses that we recommend as a team. Things like that are really fun. The day of arrival form, you heard Paloma also talk about that. And also you heard about the post-appointment check-in. I do both of those things as well. It's just giving you a way to personalize everything for them. Snacks and refreshments are always a really good touch. You never know if someone's coming from work or running around. It's such a beautiful thing and it's so easy to do. So for your existing guests, I get this question a lot. How in the heck do you keep track of it all? I gather all of the information. I organize the information, I store it, and then the only part that no one ever wants to do is I use it. So with that being said, the best way to do it is you're going to have to figure out a way that you gathering the information works for you and your business. I'm gathering information for a staff of 10 stylists and spa professionals. So Vagaro helps me with that a lot because everything is right on the client's profile. I can run a report whose birthdays are in June. What I do at the beginning of the year is I run a report by month per stylist. They get all their birthdays for every single month for the year. And then we organize it and they send out their birthday cards and they have it for the beginning of the month. We send out those whole entire stack of cards. So that's just one way that you can do that. So for me, it's all about celebrating all the things. All the things are super important to me, whether it's something really, really small or really, really big. These are some of the things that I really think that are really awesome to celebrate and also are special for that person. But birthdays, holidays, new home, new baby, marriage, loss is huge. We all lose, people that we love or pets that we love. And sometimes it goes without acknowledgement or they're in your chair and they're really upset and you're comforting them then, but to let them know later that you also, are thinking of them after they've left the chair is really important. Obviously retirement is a big one. Their kids' birthdays, I like to send birthday cards to the kids as well, things like that. So those are just some things that I like to do in certain things that I celebrate. for mostly all of my guests. Now, some of the things, clients are in your chair and they start to tell you something that's happening in their life. I do take a mental note and then I at least send a card. One of the ways that I organize our cards are on Amazon. They have a card organizing box. I go to the Dollar Tree. The cards are $2 for $1. You can even get them on Amazon. My birthday cards I get on Amazon in bulk by like 150, 200 at a time. But I have all these cards in these little compartments, and I literally will, that client will leave and I'll go up and be like, retirement card, and sign it and put it in the mail right away so I don't forget. And it's just those little touches that make such a big difference to people. I do like to celebrate birthdays really big. As you can see in the photo there, we do a little scratch off ticket. It just gives them a little $5 off for their birthday. I give them chocolates. Some people I do candles. My niece makes candles. I have her do birthday candles for everybody. Also, the flowers are always a nice touch, and those are just the $3.99 little bouquet that you can get at Trader Joe's. So those are some fun things that we can celebrate. Personal touches, I will say it over and over and over, but details are so important. Recalling birthdays and, their favorite things. All of that is going to come from their surveys, you listening, you taking good notes, any of those things. I had a guest recently, her father had passed away. I had shared this story before with some of the Soul Tribe, but her father had passed away, and instead of sending something to the funeral home, because I do honestly try to make it to a lot of my guests' parents' passings funerals, it's important to me, but her and her dad went to the movies every single week, so instead I made a donation to buy kids in need movie tickets, and she was so excited about it because she's really big in charity. So those are the things I mean by making it personal. Customizing the experience. Again, personalized recommendations and services. If they're telling you they have dry hair, we can offer all 15 of our add-on services they probably don't even know that we use. Again, they have a problem, we fix it. That's customizing the experience. Client appreciation. I send thank you notes randomly all the time, but if someone's having a bad day and they've been in my chair and they'll say to me, oh, Lori, thank you so much for my therapy session today. Send a card. Just want you to know I'm really thinking about you and I hope your days got better. Just little things like that are going to make a huge difference. You see on my slides, I have a few different pictures of things. Obviously, we love to do little custom coffees. We change it up. It's seasonal. The picture that you see of the Pinterest boards, I have Pinterest boards specifically for each one of my clients so that when they're ready to make a change, I can pull it up and be like, girl, I was thinking about you. Here's what I really, really want to do. How do you feel? I'm a Disney freak too. When my clients take their kids to Disney, I make Disney ears because I'm crazy and I love it so much. And I always find out, even when my clients are adults and they're going, I love to make them the ears. And sometimes whenever they're taking their sons, I make autograph books with their name on them on my Cricut. They love it. And it's just fun. We also have all of our little Serene Treats menus. Those are on our stations. Just again, personalizing things, making it convenient, and just showing appreciation is going to be huge. Loyalty rewards programs are different for everybody. This is just an idea. We do have a rewards program. I have it on like a little shelf talker. It's front and back. It's really easy. I put it in the welcome bag. And then after a few months of seeing people, I remind them that I also do it. We do like a point for every dollar they spend, and then they can cash in the points for dollars off. And then the same thing with a referral program. Most people are usually pretty used to a referral program of some sort, but this is how we do ours. And it's easy to talk about because we can give it to them and it sits at our front desk as well. It always, you can do exclusive offers for those people. I know some people do private Facebook groups for their loyalty members, and then they can do incentives in that group and things like that too. Makes it just so much easier. So this is my team, well, some of them, but the consistency is super crucial. Reliable service is going to mean that consistent, it's going to define that it's high quality. Standards, they need to be high in order to maintain all aspects of your business is also a high standard. Your guest trust is you're going to build and you're going to maintain by keeping things consistent, meaning my entire team needs to be on the same page. If not, they say to me like, oh, well, my friend goes to Darla and she didn't get a birthday card, but I always get a birthday card. If the consistency is not there, it's not going to really mesh with your brand if that's what you're going for. So So I have a call to action, and it is, I want you to come up with 3 ways that you can start to celebrate your guests in your own space. I know that we all have a different space. I have 3,500 square feet. It's insane. That's why I was able to put in a boutique, but maybe it is just a birthday card, or maybe it is just starting to acknowledge, when someone's having a bad day. Whatever that is, I want you guys to put it into the Marco Polo group, and we'll talk about it this week. So, thank you guys so much for coming, and thanks for honestly being here. This means the world to me that I got to be a part of it.